Hello, my name's Steve Mills. Welcome to this video. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about closing. Closing's an art, it's a skill, it's a science, it's a really important thing that most of us spend very little time focusing on. I've spent now over 30 years helping small businesses to become more effective in the skills of marketing, or as I like to call it, lead generation and sales, which is lead conversion. And one of the keys is, without any shadow of a doubt, um, closing. We've got to be good at closing. So my question to you is, what is your preferred close? What do you say when, you've had a conversation, you've explained all the benefits, you've answered questions, and you ask that question, would you like to go ahead? Whatever that is for you, my belief is very much that we have our preferred way of doing it, but we also need to learn several different ways. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. I always love, because I'm from Yorkshire, I love what's known as the Yorkshire close. And I say this in very tongue in cheek. Yorkshire close is, do you want to buy one or what? That's the Yorkshire close. That's the most direct way of putting it. But in a serious note, we can use lots of different ways of getting people to say yes. I could say something like, from what you've just said, it sounds like you'd like to go ahead. Is that true? Or, before you go ahead, do you have any other questions that you'd like to ask me? Notice that tone there, before you go ahead. That's a presumptive close, really, that you are going to go ahead. Or I could say, from what we've just said, and in order to handle the problem that you've got, I imagine you'd want to go ahead, yeah? Notice again that little hook on the end. You'd like to go ahead, yeah? So I'm telling them, that I'm issuing a statement, but at the same time telling them what I think. Okay, and therefore inducing or increasing the likelihood that they're going to say yes. Another way of doing it might be to offer an alternative close. So I might say, so I'm sure you want to go ahead, but have you made your mind up as to whether you want to go with the Results Mastermind program or sign up for Mastery University? So I'm giving them a choice of this or that. It's like, do you want a red one or a blue one? And giving people that choice is definitely, again, a really useful thing. And what I'd suggest you do is spend a little bit of time trying to develop and get really good at closing. Don't just, make it up as you go along. Have a set way of doing it. And you'll need different things at different times. You won't always close the same way. You might close one person in a different way to what you'd close for another one. If somebody said, look, it sounds fantastic, this, Steve, I'm going to say, great. Okay. So I take it you want to go ahead. That's an assumptive. From what you've just said, you definitely want to go ahead, don't you? That's another way of putting it. So think about these different ways of closing and define, I don't know, 3 or 4 different ways that you're going to use on a regular basis. And if you think about what's the point of this, think of it this way. If you're currently closing 40% of your sales, 4 out of 10, 10 leads come in, or you have 10 meetings, and your current conversion rate is 40% of those turn into business. If by becoming better at closing the sale, getting them to say yes, you manage to increase that just by just two more, from 40% to 60%. Yeah. Or from 4 to 6 out of 10. What does that do for your business? Well, over time, that will grow your business by 50%. So if you turn over £1 million, And actually, no, let me look at it another way. If you turn over £400,000 and you improved your conversion rate by 2, you'd eventually, when your sales caught up, you'd grow your business by £200,000. £200,000 of additional income for no cost. Just a matter of spending a little bit of time learning how to close more effectively. So I hope that's of value to you. I'm sure it will be, assuming that you use it. If you don't, it won't be. It's as simple as that. But anyway, if you want to find out more about me and what I do, and you'd like some help in growing your business, as I've said, I've been doing it for over 30 years. I've worked with over 10,000 businesses. My biggest client improvement was 46 million, and I get an average growth of about 45% with my clients within 12 months. So if that's of interest to you, get yourself a meeting with me at results-mastery.com. Click on the yellow button and let's speak soon. Thanks very much for listening.